Haye will fight Wladimir Klitschko for the heavyweight title on June the 20th. I'm delighted to say David joins us on the line now. David, a very good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon, guys.
Oh, good afternoon. Listen, we know when now. We're all very excited, but where's it going to happen?
Well, I ain't got a clue. Here we go again. We wanted to go in the UK, but for one reason or another that didn't happen. And now, I've signed the contract to fight him on June 20th with a venue to be decided by Vladimir and his team. So we're just leaving it to them guys, and wherever it happens, it happens. As long as there's a ring and the referee can count to 10, that's all I need.
Dave, I've got to tell you, mate, the sooner the venue's named, I know I'm only telling you what you know, because I've got about 120 emails this morning, and you only announced it about an hour and a half ago, asking me, quite simply, when a ticket's on sale, where's it going to be? These people need some details.
Yeah, I know. I think Vladimir's going to be shocked by the amount of Brits that go over to wherever he's in the Ukraine, wherever it's in Germany. I think he'll be shocked at the noise, because I've been to these German shows before. I was at his last fight with Hasim Rahman. The place was absolutely silent. There was I think there was like 8 people clapping at one point during this fight. He's not used to fighting with atmosphere, and that's exactly what's going to happen on June 20th. There's so many Brits over there making so much noise. It's going to affect him. He's not used to it.
Dave, do you think there's a chance that because of that he might take it to Kiev, where obviously his brother Vitali's run for mayor? Do you think there's a chance it could end up in the Ukraine?
Maybe. Might realise it's a bit difficult to get to Ukraine and Germany.
Yeah, I agree.
But, I think it's going to go wherever it makes the most money. I'm not sure what the financial situation is over in Kiev or wherever he wants to do it. But, honestly, I don't care where the fight is. I'm just over the moon that finally he stopped running. He's held his feet for a moment and signed the contract. Yeah. And that's exactly the same way the fight's going to go. He's going to be running around, but sooner or later he's going to have to hold his feet in the middle of the ring, and we're going to have to go to war. He can run, he can hide, but sooner or later he's going to have to exchange with me, and that's when I'm going to knock him out.
Dave, now you've got to sit down now, you and Adam, and get some people out to Northern Cyprus. Are you going to stay there, or might you do a few weeks in America just to get a bit of variety?
Sure. Adam's just got out here about 3 o'clock in the morning, so I signed the contract at 4 a.m. this morning. So he just got to speed it through. I didn't want to wait till the morning. Cool. But Adam's going to sit down and decide where's best to do the training and where exactly we're going to kick it all off. But as I said, I'm a professional athlete. I'm in shape year round. Yeah. So all I need is 6, maximum 7 weeks to crack down with the boxing stuff before the fight and the fight. Because people don't realise the reason why I used to train so much for when I was fighting at cruiserweight. At one stage I trained 9 months on the spin. That was only to take the weight off of me. I was training to take weight off. Yeah. And actually took away from my boxing ability, took away from my stamina, took away from my strength, my power. So when you're going to see me in the ring June 20th, it's going to be me fighting in my peak condition. Something that people have never seen before. Even the Monty Barrett fight, I cut a little weight for that fight. But you'll see the real haymaker on June 20th. You're going to see me picking up the WBO, IBF, and IBO heavyweight championship, heavyweight straps of the world. And I love the ring to that heavyweight champ of the world.
It's a nice one. Now, Dave, what's one of the things that we asked you almost every single week in the build-up to Monty Barrett, and it was quite a simple question, and it used to drive you mad. How much are you going to weigh, we used to say, and you'd say, not that question again. Dave, I'm going to ask you again, the first question of this fight. Dave, how much are you going to weigh?
I'm going to weigh what my body's supposed to weigh. Okay. I'm not going to get on the scales until the weigh-in, just
good boy.
So you don't ever ask me anymore.
I won't, Dave,
how much did I look like I weighed the other night at Liverpool?
Oh, how much did you weigh the other night?
How much did I look like I weighed?
I don't know, 15.10, 16.4.
No, then that's what I'll be. Okay. As long as I'm eating well, as I'm training hard, I'm going to weigh. Weight isn't an issue. I'm not looking at outscaling him in this fight.
Of course not.
I'm looking at going out there and knocking him out with crisp, fast punches. So if my crisp, fast punches are me weighing 15 stone 4, then that's what I weigh,
Brilliant.
All right, hey, David, thanks a lot for joining us.
Thanks,
and we're all delighted it's all going ahead, and now we're all excited to find out where exactly it'll happen. But we'll keep our eyes and our ears close to the ground, that's for sure.
Thanks
a lot.
See you soon, guys.
See you later, boss man.
All right, I tell you what, it's all fired up as well. I'm just reading some of the quotes here. I'm happy to have this fight, said Vlad. He said, I've had a lot of opponents with big mouths, but I've never had an opponent with such a big mouth like David Haye. He said, I'll be pleased to shut his big mouth with my big fist.
Well, David's been tracking him. We've got that fantastic clip where David ambushes him at the O2 one morning. Vladimir's there to sort of launch something, and suddenly David Haye comes up to the top of the escalator and gets really in Vlad's face. And that was about last April. And it really caught Vlad off guard because as confrontational as he is in the ring, and he's a big, brave, tough boy, don't get me wrong, they don't really do that in Germany. The crowd go mild at German shows. I love them. You get 15,000 people. You get 12 million watching on TV. You get a 55% audience share. Don't get me wrong. They love their boxing, but they sit there like this. This is the noise. It's fantastic, don't get me wrong. And David's right. I remember when he was there, I remember talking to him the next day, and him saying, like, almost quietly, Steve, they don't make any noise. They don't make any noise. Well, the Brits that go over will. And if it's in Berlin, that's got to be favourite for June 20. Brilliant. What a fantastic early summer treat.
Absolutely. It's going to be a massive night for British boxing, as Bunce said there. We just cram this quickly, because on Saturday we see Povetkin in action.
Yes.
If David does the business against Vlad...
Yes.
Could this be the next opponent for him? Because this is a big fight on Saturday.
Yeah, Povetkin against Jason Estrada. Now, the reason why I think this has got to happen is that Povetkin injured himself. He had some fantastic fights, Povetkin. He took care of a lot of unmotivated Americans, and he took good care of them. He got himself into a #1 position with a couple of organisations. Then he completely wrecked his ankle. He fell over a twig running. Quite serious. Sounds like a joke. It wasn't. So he's in the #1 position, serious #1 position. So he has to fight the winner of Haye and Klitschko. I'm not even sure if he's not on a bit of money to step aside. So trust me, David Haye is going to end up, if he wins on June 20, he's going to have not a problem. He's going to have to fight this guy Povetkin. And I like Povetkin. I liked him when I saw him.
They're both good amateur boxers, weren't they? Both Olympic boxers.
Estrada didn't do what he was meant to do at the Olympics. He flopped against the big cube and lost in the quarters. But he's still half a threat. And let's hope, let's pray that he's the one American heavyweight that gets on that plane and doesn't forget his nuts.
OK, we mentioned the heavyweights, of course. What do we know about the heavyweight division? What are the facts, Bunce?
Well, I'll tell you what we know about the heavyweight division, OK? There's one thing about it. They're not all bad. That's what you have to understand, OK? In the past, I've given them some stick. OK, we've got this kid, Povetkin, OK? This is a young kid, young, Russian, unbeaten. I like him. OK, he's not that sexy when it comes to fighting, but he's good. He does everything good. And Wladimir Klitschko, I've been critical of Wladimir Klitschko in the past, possibly a little bit harsh on him. He's a big lump. He knows how to safely get through fights. He knows how to not get hurt, and he knows how to hurt you. Plus, he knows how to get up off the floor. Big vitality. Look at this guy. You cut him, you bash him, you hit him with a stool, you hit him with a plank, and he still keeps coming out. That's just a warm-up. He's tough. Of course, he's not got great lateral movement, but he's got a rock-hard jab, a rock-hard shot. Then big Chris Arreola. I like this kid. I've liked him all along. Sure, he's carrying some weight. Sure, he's sluggish sometimes. Sure, he gets hit, but he gets up. And then, of course, David Haye, he's been giving the heavyweight division the kiss of life for about 13 or 14 months. Go look online. Go look at foreign newspapers. Since the Macronelli fight, since he was talking about going up to heavyweight, David Haye has been the man getting down there, parting the lips and breathing life into the division. Trust me, Rodri, they're not all bad, the heavyweights.
Look, so I tell you, no special treats here. I'm pleased to say we're joined on the line by the IBF and WBO heavyweight champion, Wladimir Klitschko. Wladimir, thank you very much for speaking to us. Delighted that the fight for the boxing fans had hoped for will be taking place. How do you feel about it?
Good day. I'm so happy about it, that the fight is coming up.
OK, where's it going to be? I asked David Haye the same question. We're delighted it's on. Where's it going to be? Where do you want it to be, Vlad?
David Haye promised that it's going to be in London. So, unfortunately, guys, you will not see us in London. I'm so sorry for it. But we will look for another place. I'm not able to tell you right now. So, by the beginning of next week, we're going to be so far with place.
OK, now, Wladimir, is there a short list of maybe 3 countries or 2 cities? Do you have a short list at least? Because a lot of people are sending emails to the show saying, Bunce, where can we get tickets?
Yes, just a little bit of patience. And as I said, next week they can get the tickets also. And this fight is going to be staged in Europe because it's a European fight and not in the United States. So people are not need to traveling overseas.
OK, that's always good. Now, Wladimir, we've asked David this question, so I'm going to ask you. Were there times in the last 3 months when you thought this fight would never happen?
To be honest with you, it's April. And we just got recently the news that the contract so far is signed. And I'm very happy about that because in December, I thought we're going to sign and make the deal pretty soon. So that's why I was waiting till June 20th. I mean, that's the fight going to be, the date. And I was really actually, I would say, I wasn't sure if David will sign the contract. So now, it's so far, and I'm very happy about it. Otherwise, I will fight in March or April. Yeah. You know, if I would know that I will be in April and no signed contract will have in my hands.
Oh, you would have had an earlier fight. Had you known in December, you would have had a fight in March, yes?
Yes, March or April I'll be active, of course.
And there was also a point in about January or February when it looked like your brother Vitaly would be fighting David and not you. How close was that fight to being signed?
No. Listen, we clarified between each other who is going to take over David Haye. And that's my fight. And we throw a coin, actually, 25 cents a coin. So when I won the bet, so that was really good.
So you had a toss of the coin, and you're the one that won. Some people would say you didn't win. Some people would say that wasn't a good bet to win. What do you think?
Hey, listen, I will not think we will have the fight on June 20th, and I will let my fists talk, you know, and then we can make jokes about everyone and everybody. Okay,
listen, Wladimir.
That is going to be funny.
Of course it's going to be fun. Wladimir, thanks for your time, and you're going to be coming over to England, hopefully, in a couple of weeks, or 10 days, 12 days. Hopefully we'll get you in the studio live. Is that possible?
Listen, I would love to get back in the studio as I was before. And pretty soon we're going to stage the press conference before the fight. So I'll be in London, and we'll see each other definitely.
Listen, Wladimir, thank you very much indeed.
Yeah, great to have you on. By the way, one of our colleagues is a huge fan of yours. I think you may know, wanted to know what else you'd be doing in London if you've got any spare time. Know what I mean?
Who is she?
I think you know. Wladimir, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your time.
Bye.
Fantastic. Great to have him on there.
Rod, I think he's attached.
Yeah, no, he is. No, it was just pulling his leg.
Yeah, but you can't do that live on air.
It was just pulling his leg.
Do matchmaking live on air. No, you are, son. You are game.
Absolutely. Just a bit of fun. Just a bit of fun. Right, let's move on. Judging by